Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So today is Thursday, which means it's BookList Thursday. It's something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of book thoughts, ideas, recommendations, something bookish related. So today's theme for book recommendations is The House is Alive. Dun, dun, dun. So I tried to find a variety of books where the house itself or the building itself plays a really important role in the story as we go through it. So the first one I came up with was Lisa Jewell's The Family Upstairs. This is a cultish book, I would say. So we have Libby, and it's her 25th birthday, and she returns home from work and she finds a letter that she's been waiting for her entire life. And she rips it open thinking she's finally going to figure out who she is. So she learns not only the identity of her parents, but also that she's the sole inheritor of her abandoned mansion in London. The home, even in its dilapidated state, is worth millions of dollars. And she ends up going there to kind of start uncovering some mysteries of the past. So we have 25 years ago. So it's dual timelines because we learned from both sides of it. The police were called to this house to reports of a baby crying. When they arrived, they found a 10-month-old safe and sound in the bedroom, but in the kitchen there were three dead bodies, all dressed in black, with a very note on the floor. So it has cultish vibes, but the house itself plays a role in this story, and that's all I'm gonna say. So I really liked it. I still think about this and I can picture the house in my head, which is why I'm like, yeah, it's definitely part of the story. Next one I have Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. So this one, again, there's so many elements of this book that's so fun. So we have Maggie. She grew up with a very interesting story. Her mom and dad moved into Blackberry Hall, a Victorian estate in Vermont. They spent 20 days there before fleeing in the dead of night. And then her dad wrote this House of Horrors, which is kind of a book about what happened to them while they were living in this house. And so she does not believe this book whatsoever. She finds out that she actually still owns this house and she goes back to it and we go from there. It's fantastic. And this house, again, plays such a role. There is a part with snakes in this book, which I'm not a fan of snakes. And so that was a little, yeah, just be warned. Otherwise I really liked it. Nice and creepy. Riley Sager, of course, always knocks it out of the park for me. So love this book. Next one I have Malibu Rising, Taylor Jenkins Reid. So this one follows the, Riva family, and they always have this summer party at their house. It's August 1983, and the house again plays this role because everybody kind of is drawn to this place because of the family, and we find out that the house ends up burning down. We're given that information right away, and then we go back in time to kind of see what everything that led up to that. So again, plays an interesting part in the story. This one isn't necessarily a house, but it's a bookstore. So we have Mr. Penundrum's 24-hour bookstore. So this is a really interesting store, and our main character is Clay. And he ends up kind of walking by one day, seeing that they need help wanted sign, and he signs up for it. And he is working the night shift at this place. And he learns that the store's more than he thinks it is. There's some very interesting customers that come in overnight requesting very interesting things that doesn't quite make sense. And so he kind of starts investigating what exactly is going on here. And again, we go from there. I really enjoyed this book. I should reread it sometime. It was good. Another one I want to talk about is The Invited by Jennifer McMahon. I almost forgot. I don't know where it is on my shelf. I know it's here. I've seen it, but again, ran out of time to try to find it. But this one follows a couple who kind of moves out into the country and decides to start building their dream house. They're living in a trailer at one point, and she starts building this house with things that are connected with potentially some spirits from the past. And so she's kind of like almost building a house for them and inviting them into the house. And so again, house plays a huge role in this story, and it's super creepy, just like I like it. So love that book as well. And then a book that's kind of on my mind and on my radar is James Patterson's Crazy House. I picked this one up from Goodwill. I always like that. It sounds very different from what he's written lately. He is connected with Gabriel Charbonnet on this one. The tagline is, "You can stop waiting for the next Hunger Games." And so that's kind of what drew my attention. Plus it was half off day, so this was only $2.50. So we have Becca Greenfield. She's 17. She's disappeared one morning on her way to school. Everyone in her town, including her twin sister, is desperately searching for her, but they're not going to find her. She's been being held prisoner in the Crazy House. She's on death row, which is totally crazy because Becca is completely innocent. No one has ever gotten out of the Crazy House alive, but there's always first time. So I'm guessing the house is going to play quite a significant role in this story. So those are the house is alive, the house is part of the entire story books. I love it when something like that can almost be its own character, and it just brings so much more to a story, in my opinion. If you have any other recommendations for me where the house or the structure or whatever seems to play a really big role in the story, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about that. Otherwise, head over to Sarah's channel and see what she has for us today. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you next time. Bye.